Hi guys, if you've just come over from the Smith, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. We are carrying on with the myths today. If for those of you who have not seen, I just not long released the Smith, so go check that out. But we are carrying on with the myths today, and we are going to be playing Zayne. Now Zayne has two, so I'm going to go with Snow's Embrace first, and then I'll do Tower of Secrets at a later date. So we're going to start right from the beginning. As always, thank you to my friend for letting me borrow her account to play this through, because I have not unlocked this myth on my account. So, the Dan River flows south into the sea, and a nameless mountain stands 370 li away. Peculiar trees and precious jade can be found there. However, those who once stepped into this area all lost their track. Some say a god dwells within the mountain, so one should not venture recklessly. It's said that the god wields the power of yin and yang, governing life and death. He is the master of fate. Shit. Like a veil falling from the heavens above, fog materializes in the forest at dawn. With a fruit of baskets, I walk down a stone path. Bamboo leaves rustle in the wind. I sense something amiss. I leap up and instantly several icy spikes pierce the spot where I once stood. This has to be a joke. Zayne, you... As fallen bamboo leaves transform into flying blades, I close my eyes and rely on my intuition to sense where the attacks are coming from. There. I grab a leaf and hurl it back. Then after a few clinks, I open my eyes. A tall, flowering tree stands before me, its trunk radiating iridescent light. The tiny white flowers which cover it form a cloud-like array, seemingly endless. With every blossoming flower there is life. With every withering flower there is death. This tree has stood here for eons, documenting the mortal world's life cycle of life and death. Beneath the tree's branches, a tall figure picks up the leaf I throw. It's Zayne, his demeanor elegant and serene. Oh, I love this outfit.
You broke through the trap more quickly compared to before. Yet it can barely be considered satisfactory.
I love that outfit on him. Move. It's not letting me do it. Okay, there you go. Just when in doubt, use Otome. Couldn't you have shown some mercy? If I tripped, I would have been pierced like a lotus root.
If even a simple trap has you struggling to defend yourself.
Oh, he's got long hair. He sits behind a long table and pours himself a cup of tea.
Either my teachings are of no use to you, in which case you should leave the mountain and seek guidance elsewhere. Or what you've said about wanting to stay here and learn is just a lie.
That's not true. I've gotten better at controlling my power, and my senses have become sharper. All thanks to your discipline and guidance, Shifu. I've known Zayne for quite some time now, but he has never responded to me calling him Shifu. I don't bother with deciding if it's rejection or silent acceptance. I lean on the table and offer him a bright red fruit. You must have prepared the surprise traps in stone. You still haven't eaten, yes? Here.
This is unnecessary.
I toss the fruit into my mouth. Some time passes, and Zayne looks up from his scroll. Am I disturbing you?
I wanted to see what color your sleeve would be.
I'm not used to wearing such flowy clothes. I lift my red-stained sleeve, but it's so long that it knocks over a cup of tea. I quickly reach out to catch it. Ah, so hot. Touching my earlobe, I hastily place the cup back on the table.
Give me your hand.
A cool breeze blows past me. I look again and the hand Zayne holds isn't red anymore. Maybe I should get going now. Isn't this when you comfort me or try to convince me to stay?
You're finally taking the time to self-reflect. Why should I stop you?
I'm about to retort when a lamb-like creature with one horn crawls out from under Zayne's sleeve. It yawns lazily. It's the little Bazy who accompanied him for many years. He's the one who shouldn't be here. Come here, Bai.
His name is not Bai.
He'll always be Bai to me. Bai refuses to leave Zayne's arms, so I pick him up. He's so dirty. I'll take him to the stream for a bath. Aww. So this is a completely different time, huh? Once we're far enough away, I sit Bai on the ground and grab his little horn. He hasn't praised me once. Meanwhile, you get to sleep soundly in his arms. Bai lets out a loud bleat and gives me an unhappy look. I try to figure out what he's saying and think it's as if it weren't for me, would you and Zayne have met? Aww. This is actually quite cute. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure how I feel about Zayne having long hair, but it'll probably grow on me very, very quickly. It always usually does. How many years have passed? For as long as I can remember, I lived alone in the mountains. Aside from Hua, a leopard, and the raccoons named Hua I, Hua second, Hua third, and more, I had no other friends. Life in the mountains was so peaceful to the point where it was boring. I decided to then befriend another companion. So taking my bow and arrow, I rode on Hua's back through the mountain to try my luck. And unexpectedly, I found a tiny Baizi by the rock. Baizi is a mythical creature, renowned yet rarely seen. It understands the feelings of all things and knows the affairs of ghosts and gods. But this one seemed to have injured his leg. I had some medicine on me, but the Baizi was weary. As soon as it saw me approaching, it bolted faster than Hua ever could. Hua and I chased after it, unknowingly venturing into an area we shouldn't have. When I come to my senses, the mountain's forest, warmed by the sun itself, was covered in a blanket of snow. The Baizi I was following has long since disappeared. What is happening? I jump off Hua's back and look up. The sun is just a faint white silhouette. Ice and snow pile up on the tree branches and emit a cold, dim light. I'll get lost if I keep walking. I need to leave behind a trail of markers. Infusing my power into an arrow, I shoot it to a nearby tree. The arrow cuts through the air, yet a cold gas suddenly appears. I hear a faint jingle from the forest, and the silence is broken. A hand catches the arrow I just shot, eyes forming around the arrowhead. Looking up from the hand, I stare into a cold, calm gaze. Oh, is this when we met Zayne?
Who are you?
The Baizi peeks out from under his robe and sticks his tongue out at me. I'm sorry, I didn't know it had a master. The man walks out of the forest, excluding a bitter cold air. Quiet, he just looks at the arrow in his hand. Looking at the Baizi's injured leg and then at my arrow and his cold expression, I realise something. I can explain. While I did shoot the arrow, I wasn't hunting. Your little Baizi was injured and I happened to have medicine.
Did you infuse your power into this arrow?
You can sense it? His expression remains cold, but the ice on the arrowhead gradually disappears.
Do not visit this place again.
The man throws the arrow back into my quiver and walks towards the fathomless snow without looking back. Ah! My god, his hair is long. He can sense my powers, but he doesn't regard me as a monster like the people living at the foot of the mountain. I can't help but chase after him. Wait, can I ask you a question? Are you also like me? Someone with special powers?
If you continue down this path, you'll be able to leave the mountain.
I stop walking. I watch as he moves further and further away. Determined, I follow him. You said I was planning to leave. Despite only taking a few more steps, it feels as though I've walked through a transparent veil. In the middle of the forest stands an incredibly tall, flowering tree. Its crown is adorned with a sea of blossoms resembling a snowy landscape. It shines brilliantly under the sun. What a beautiful tree. Surprised, I look around only to see emotions ripple across his deep pool-like eyes.
You can see it?
Of course, there are even small flowers blooming on it. Can't you see them? Remembering the sudden blizzard and how Baizi was by his side, I start to suspect something. I see. The ancient texts regard this as a nameless mountain where a god hides within it. One should not venture recklessly. You're the god who's hiding here. Am I mistaken?
How are you certain I'm a god, and not an evil mountain spirit who eats people?
I'm still here and not in the process of being devoured, so you can't be that hungry. If you truly are a god, may I ask for a favor? Expressionless, he quietly walks over to a table under the tree and pours 2 cups of tea.
You can ask, but I may be unable to fulfill your request.
Are you sure? I wanted to ask if you could take away my power. As I speak, I sit across from him. He pushes one of his cups to me. I don't want to constantly be on the run or alone in the mountains. It's so boring.
Why are you on the run?
When I sensed the Irvin Long about to free itself, I ran to the town to warn everybody. In the end, a lot of people died. Some visited the mountains to capture me, saying I was a harbinger of disaster and a monster. It seems everyone is afraid of me. He lifts his hand, his fingertip lightly touching my forehead. A subtle chill spreads through my body. What are you doing?
You are not a monster. But you're not an ordinary person either. The spiritual power you possess is ordained by fate. I have no right to take it away.
Can you tell me how to control it then? I always sense things that I don't want to sense. It's very annoying. Can I take your silence as a yes? I won't learn from you for free. I can provide medicine to your body Z in return. 3, 2, my mouth is suddenly tightly closed like a clam. I look at him in disbelief as he nonchalantly withdraws his hand.
Has anyone ever told you that you're a little noisy? I suppose the answer is no.
This was my first encounter with Zayne, a meeting that could hardly be described as pleasant. Interesting. Okay, let me just quickly go and check up how long dinner is going to take. Bear with me, because I don't want to be in the middle of recording this and then have dinner drop, so bear with me. Okay, turned out husband hadn't even started cooking yet because he was too busy playing Lockdown Protocol, bless him. So, he was very impolite back then, don't you think? My thoughts return to the present. I watch Bai playing in the stream as I talk. But he's still not being very kind. After that day, Zayne allowed me to stay here and taught me how to control my spiritual power. However, I have yet to truly understand him, even after we spent a lot of time together. Oh, isn't your kind supposed to know everything? Do you know what Zayne is thinking about? Or what he likes? What does he want? I did say I wouldn't learn from him for free. I have to repay him somehow. Otherwise, it won't sit well with me. Why are you staring at me like that? I'm puzzled by Bai's gaze. I look behind me and see a blooming tree not far away. Ah, yes, he always cherishes that tree. Maybe I should take care of it for him. There seems to be a spiritual vein in this mountain. While taking care of the tree, I found a viper egg under its roots. It said a viper can protect all plants and trees. I kept the egg with me and let Hua incubate it. When the egg hatched, the little viper slithered out and bit my finger. Ouch, you're so aggressive! The newborn vampire? Fucking hell. The newborn viper coils around my finger, and for some reason it refuses to let go. It falls to the ground, only to suddenly grow 10 jang long. In a frenzy, it opens its huge maw. This is bad. I quickly rushed to the front of the sacred tree. Remembering Zayne's lessons, I set up a barrier. When the tree canopy is completely covered, I turn my attention back to the approaching viper. Bob, I didn't suffer through all that training for nothing. Using my power is as effortless as moving my fingers now. Even in a fight, I can spare some energy to send away the birds and animals that haven't already fled. I quickly struck the viper's vital point, but before I can celebrate, I see Hua running out. Hua! The viper's tail is about to slam down on him, but I won't make it in time.
Step back.
Oh, all of a sudden, ice freezes the viper. White fills my vision, and I'm enveloped in a refreshing yet cold breath. The sound of something shattering. I peek out from behind the sleeve that covers my eyes. The viper has turned into dust.
What happened?
I look at Zayne's profile. I found a viper egg and wanted to help protect the tree once it hatched. But something was wrong as soon as it came out of the egg. One loudly sneezes, sniffs the ground, then walks over to nuzzle my hand. While I hatched the egg, she must have been upset. It's okay, I protected the sacred tree and the surrounding... I look back. Under the tree, with the table where Zayne often sits, is overturned along with the chairs. Countless bamboo slips are scattered across the ground. Oh. I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. I know very well how important these bamboo slips are to Zayne. My confidence turns into unease.
Are you hurt?
I'll hide my finger. No.
Rest. I'll take care of everything else here.
But it's my fault this happened. I should do something at least. It's not like I have anything else to do.
Hua follows you because of your power. It's also why the Viper went mad earlier. The same beginning can yield different outcomes. It has nothing to do with you. Instead of blaming yourself, you should tend to your injured finger.
You knew. I can't hide anything from Zayne. Without much of a choice, I sigh and leave. At this point, even if I can't help him, I'm already grateful he didn't misunderstand me. After a while, the mountain has returned to its usual tranquility. I still in the daybed, listening to the faint jingling of bells on the curtain and the rustling outside. Don't worry, bye. I'll feel better soon. There's a moment of silence, but not long after, the bells jingle again. Something taps me. I swear I'm fine. Leave me alone. The noise pauses for a moment, but then something taps me again. I shut my eyes in resignation.
What happened?
Oh.
Your spiritual power is strong. Since you're not injured, are you unable to sleep well? Come.
I still want to sleep.
You plan to dawdle in bed?
Yes.
Would you like me to leave you alone? All right then.
Stay.
What a troublemaker.
Sorry, I just don't want you to leave.
Don't move. Your hair got tangled around my wrist. Your hair acts just like you. It appears soft, but it's actually difficult to unravel.
He's so handsome.
Now that you're up and about, help me clean up the mess. I'll wait for you under the tree.
Oh, that was cute. That is actually really fucking cute. Ah! Oh my god. This series is just too much cuteness for me, I swear. The sun is warm and the area under the tree has returned to normal. Zayne sits in front of the mountain of bamboo slips, flipping them open with one hand and placing them on the long table with the other. A click startles me. Do we have to copy all these again?
The Viper didn't destroy anything. It knocked over a large number of bamboo slips, which smudged the words. Normally it wouldn't matter, but I must head down the mountain next month. I need to bring these with me. If only someone could copy them with me.
He nonchalantly looks over.
I'm certain that person is clever and skilled, since they could assist me with this daunting task.
God damn it. Fine, today's weather is perfect for copying and practicing calligraphy. I grit my teeth and sit behind the long table, but as soon as I unroll a scroll, I start to feel dizzy. Born in the direction of Huan, at the Ren Zay hour of Magi Day. Are these by Z?
Don't think about it. Just copy it.
So I sit beside Zayne and pick up a brush. A white flower falls next to my hand. Zayne, you said each flower represents a life. So is there one that belongs to you on this tree?
It belongs to me, but it's not me.
What do you mean? Which flower are you talking about? I scoot closer to him, ready to hear a story, but I end up being lightly smacked on the head by a bamboo slip.
Don't make excuses just so you can slack off. Focus.
God damn it. You hit me, I can't copy anything now. Holding my head, I pretend to be in pain and aggravated.
What do you want?
My head hurts, I'm gonna have to sleep for 3 days and 3 nights. Despite my word, and I was joking, sits at the tip of my tongue.
Is it here?
A slight cool hand covers my forehead. I freeze, blinking at him.
Didn't you say your head hurt? Why does it seem as if your eyes are the problem?
No, my head doesn't hurt anymore.
Then keep going. It's this scroll as well as this one. I'll also need your help with these.
Wait, I think my head still hurts a little, so... Just as I'm about to escape, an invisible force pulls me back to the long table.
Stop playing around.
With no other options, I continue copying the text. Listening to the sound of writing next to me, my eyes start to droop. A chill touches the nape of my neck, instantly waking me up. As I turn my head, I see Zayne returning to his seat, remnants of frost still visible on his fingers.
Don't thank me.
Still Zayne, alright. He's not compassionate in the slightest. God damn it, Zayne. After a while, the girl falls asleep at the table. Thud. Her brush rolls off the table's edge and leaves a mark on her face. Zayne reaches out and wipes her face. The mark disappears. A white blooming flower lands on her brow. The smile in Zayne's eyes fades.
Time flies in the mountains. Already, it's been so long. It's time.
Uh-oh. I'm sensing trauma! Am I ready for trauma? No. Am I gonna go head face first into it? Yes. During the first month of spring, Zayne would head down to the mountain for a few days. Vi and I would be left alone. But this year is an unprecedented move. He'd invited me to accompany him. The bustling streets are filled with people who are busy going about their day. Maybe it's because of the ritual. Hiding in his shadow, I stiffly walk behind Zayne.
Did you forget how to walk since we are not in the mountain?
It's too loud. I'm not used to it.
I thought you had grown accustomed to noise like this.
Understanding what he's implying, I glare at him right when he turns his head. He caught me red-handed.
They aren't savage beasts. They won't think of you as a monster either. You can be at ease.
I don't know how terrible they were back then. Saying the human heart is unpredictable is true.
Weren't you scared when you were alone in the mountains?
I wasn't. Hua and the others were with me. Besides, I met you and Bai.
Am I the same as Hua and Bai?
Well, you're, of course, not. Sorry, I just realized my phone was covering my face. Zayne's conversations with me are typically short, but today he asks another question.
How so?
For example, caught off guard by his question, I look around and spot a nearby stall. Quickly, I pick up a bracelet and shove it into his hand. For example, I want to buy you a gift. Hua and Bai won't get one.
Oh?
Is there anything else you like? I'll buy it for you.
I'll take this then.
I breathe a sigh of relief, feeling slightly happy. It's my first time giving a gift to someone, and that person happens to be Zayne. However, when I pull out a stick to give the merchant, he rejects it. Look, it's a precious branch from a sacred tree. It glows and prevents you from getting lost if you carry it around.
I only accept coins, no branches.
What about this? This is agate. It's not jade, but it's beautiful.
I don't accept stones either.
Not willing to step in, Zayne watches me. I sheepishly laugh and tug at his sleeve. Could you, maybe help me out first?
Do you expect me to pay for my own gift?
I've been living in the mountains for so long that I forgot money exists. I promise I'll pay you back as soon as we get home.
How will you repay me?
Got a few ideas in mind. With coins, of course, or do you want something else?
Take a guess. I'll tell you when we return home.
Zayne reaches into his sleeve and then he freezes. You didn't bring any coins either? Oops. God damn it. That's so cute though. Like, imagine forgetting that money exists. God, that must be a peaceful life. Jesus. Street Pavilion. Okay.
You will receive an invitation tomorrow at noon. Don't accept it, or else misfortune will befall you.
What's with that voice?
Congratulations, you two. Your son will be married next month. There's no need to worry. The rumored ghost in the southeast region is just a fallen tree blocking the road. It is not a malevolent spirit.
We set up a fortune-telling stall half an hour ago on the side of the street. Zayne sits behind it and reads people's fortunes. In no time, a long line forms as people want to get their fortunes read. Oh, are they doing this so they can get money? That's adorable.
Is this enough?
After thanking him profusely, the last customer, an elderly woman, leaves. I happily hand Zayne a bag filled to the brim with coins. It is, we can buy a whole store with this. I still can't believe you actually came down the mountain without bringing money. I thought you knew some kind of transmutation spell to turn stone into gold.
The gold would eventually return to being stone. When that happens, the merchant won't be able to ask for help.
That's true, but why did you cast an illusion on us? We don't see each other any differently, yet in the eyes of everyone else, Zayne looks like an old white-haired mage while I'm a young girl with 2 buns in my hair.
People often believe the older someone is, the more credible they are. This applies to physicians as well as mages.
Huh. That's weird. Being young doesn't mean you don't have experience, and being old doesn't mean you can't make mistakes. Since no one is paying attention to us, I dispel the illusion to reveal my true appearance and sit down next to Zayne. Can you read my fortune, sir?
What are you planning this time?
Shh, just pretend to read my fortune. I'll put in a few good words for you. You'll get more customers this way. There's a store that sells sugar paintings on the street corner. I was thinking...
You're a glutton.
Grinning ear to ear as I look up at him, I prop my chin in my hand. I notice you can tell someone's fortune with just a glance. You don't ask a lot of questions. From what I've seen before, fortune tellers draw, cast spells, or count.
At its core, it's about being able to read a person's expression. Other methods aren't necessary for me.
But wouldn't that make you less intimidating? Why don't you try to put on a show? Zayne sighs. He pauses for a moment, then turns to me.
Other than reading someone's expressions, you can also read palms.
It's getting a bit hot in here. I'm gonna have to put this,
Since
fan
you're
on.
curious,
Oh!
I'll look at yours. Give me your hand.
Aww.
What do you want to know?
Wealth, wisdom, or romance? Romance.
Romance.
Mm-hmm.
The person you're destined to be with is stoic and not very affectionate.
You, by chance?
Does it remind you of someone? It could be Hua or Bai.
You're fine. Ha and Bai are very loving. Now it's my turn.
How can you read my palm when I'm wearing gloves? I told you that you couldn't see anything. Are you trying to read the glove?
Maybe. Why don't I share some of my good fortune with you? You seem to be lacking it.
Your good fortune. You're too kind.
Aww. Aww.
This flower can't be found in the mountains. How do you know what it looks like?
I heard about it from a passerby. It supposedly has a nice fragrance.
A flower that's always in full bloom is a sign of good luck. It's fitting.
That's the thing he gives you in
However,
the gift, doesn't he?
Judging from your resonance, your power stagnated for a bit. We need to improve your training when we get back.
God damn it. Oh, that's so cute though. Earlier, did you make up everything?
Believe and it will come true.
That's a lie, you're messing with me.
You were the one who said I should just pretend while you put in a few good words for me. Since that's the case, don't take my words too seriously.
Zayne quietly watches me, his expression gentle, but something hides in the depths of his eyes. Unconsciously, I lean forward. Seeing how there's no one around, I whisper to him. Now I'm genuinely curious. Why don't we do it seriously this time? Seeing Zayne lift his gaze, I know he agreed. I sit up straight, looking at him with anticipation. Before I realize it, a cold expression appears on Zayne's face. What's wrong? Is it bad?
It's not.
Then what did you see?
There will be an unfortunate event in your life. After it occurs, you will wield a power that can shake heaven and earth.
Ugh, don't scare me. I don't care about having power like that. I like it as it is now. I silently add a with you. Anyway, it's perfect as it is. So, what's this unfortunate event? Nervous, I expectantly look at Zayne. After a long period of silence, he finally meets my gaze.
Don't eat it.
Huh?
Don't eat sugar. You'll get a toothache.
God damn it, Zayne. He's still acting like a doctor even now. Jesus. As she runs off to buy the bracelet, Zayne can still see her joyful face through the crowd. The corner of his mouth curls, but that hint of a smile quickly disappears. In the swaying shadows of the trees, an old man sits down in front of him.
Your Grace, is there any reason to be here?
It's you.
Your Grace has a keen eye.
The old man glances at the girl who's not too far away.
Isn't she that variable? She finally appeared.
I've seen her fate. It's clear, untainted, and untouched. There are no signs of her becoming a variable.
The old man strokes his long beard.
What your Grace has seen is only her present. And even if she has no intention of harming others, it won't stop them from resenting her. I heard a small serpent went mad in the mountains. Your Grace must know the reason, yes? When a person has something unique and precious, they will no longer live in peace. Since your Grace has already accepted the role of Saming, the variable must be eliminated as soon as possible.
Oh no.
Any problems that could occur in the future will be avoidable then.
Hold on. Husband is summoning me. Okay guys, I'm back. Husband had summoned me for dinner.
Any problems that could occur in the future will be avoidable then. If your Grace is unwilling, should I do it instead?
They're talking about killing us, aren't they?
That won't be necessary.
Girl stands in front of a nearby stall waving a bracelet at him. Zayne, the merchant told me there's a sacrificial ceremony tonight. Can we go? The old man has already disappeared. Zayne subconsciously waves back at her, hearing himself say,
All right.
Uh-oh. Oh god, so we're some sort of variable then. Which, if we basically are still around, that's going to affect Zayne. Oh god, trauma! As night falls, banners flutter on the altar. A special incense has been placed in the brazier. It burns with a dazzling light as a rich scent permeates. People put on masks representing 12 mythological beasts, and Fang Shangxi, the exorcist, and dance majestically amid flying sparks. The passionate singing seems to have the power to pierce the heavens. Together with the afterglow of the setting sun, it paints the people's faces red. So lively. Is this what a sacrificial dance is like? It's interesting.
Its purpose is to entertain the gods. The dance must be unique so that they can convince the gods to grant their wishes.
I close my eyes, noticing a strange, yet devout wave of thoughts. It's as if I can sense their wishes. Is this how people communicate with the gods? Huh.
Warding off misfortune, driving away plagues, praying for longevity. These are the simplest, yet hardest wishes to fulfill.
Why do so many people want to live forever?
It's because their lives are fleeting. Yet every life is predetermined. If you try to change it, you'll only be punished. Therefore, changing one's fate is easier said than done.
Even though he's in the crowd, Zayne always stands out as if he could disappear at any moment. I can't help but grab his sleeve. He turns, his gaze appearing deeper as his eyes reflect the fire.
Do you want to live forever?
I shake my head, but then I nod, unsure. I just want to live a little longer. I haven't finished learning from you yet. I haven't seen Bai grow up. I still have to help you copy bamboo slips. There are still a lot of things that I need to do. And I heard people enter the 9 hells after they die. It's a dark, cold place. It must be very boring.
I see.
His gaze is like a frozen pool, yet there's a surging emotion underneath that I can't understand. I feel a bit awkward and look behind me. The dancers have been replaced by a beautifully dressed priestess. She's dancing gracefully, and her song feels alive. It's different from the passion I sensed earlier. What is she doing?
Courtship.
Oh. Huh?
Humans choose the most beautiful woman to be a priestess and dress her up like a goddess to invite a god to descend from the heavens. The priestess sings about her love for the god, then uses her dance to lure him out. She listens to his prophecy and then...
He looks at me and pauses.
they consummate their relationship.
Okay, you don't need to explain it. Understanding why her dance exudes an unbrushed allure, I decided not to look at her anymore. Without thinking, I immediately cover Zayne's eyes.
What are you doing?
Aren't you here for business? I don't think you should be slacking off right now.
You're the one who wanted to watch the ceremony.
Yes, I also make mistakes. That's why I'm reflecting and making amends. If you want to see a dance, I can do it whenever you like.
I'd like to see that.
Huh? Seeing my stunned expression, he makes matters worse. He says...
Right now.
God. Mimsy, what have you done? A promise is a promise. If I said I'll dance, I will. The ceremony ends. Zayne and I are the only ones left. I cast an illusion and hesitantly walk to the center of the altar. Let me say this first. The dance is unique to the mountains. It's normal if you find it strange.
I see. I learned something new today in that case.
Telling the truth, when I danced, a lot of animals would watch me. Remembering the steps from the distant past, I make a flower-like gesture with my fingers near my forehead. At first I move with ease, but it's not long before my steps become clumsy. The dance is difficult to perform, don't distract me. I glare at Zayne and he clears his throat.
It's hard to dance without music.
As he speaks, he conjures a jade quain pin in his right hand, his end producing a radiant, snowy glow that scatters into the wind. You can play quain pin? Why didn't you tell me before?
You didn't tell me you could dance. Now we're even.
He plays 2 notes, leading me to follow his rhythm with each step.
Continue.
The moon hangs high in the sky, bright moonlight pouring down and splashing its brilliance onto the girl's hair. As the notes from the guipin follow like a gentle river, her steps gradually become lighter, akin to a spirit gracefully emerging from the mountains. As she dances, dormant flowers bloom once again. Several birds fly above the altar, charmed by her dance. Their chirps interweave the guipin's melody. As she dances with growing passion, she extends her finger for a beautiful bird to land on. She flashes a radiant smile at him. He never knew she'd be so breathtakingly vibrant when she's blooming. Aww. At the end of my performance, I stand in front of Zayne. Somewhat smug, I turn around. Well, do you believe me now? Was it good? The flower in my hair is about to fall. He steadies it, and his hand lingers near my cheek.
Beautiful.
Aww! I can't help but hold my breath, looking into the depths of his gaze. He eventually puts the flower back in place.
Next year, I'll play Gutchin again when you want to dance.
Aww. There's not going to be a next year, though, is there? Oh, God. I'm getting nervous now. I don't know if Zayne will play guipin for me next year. Ever since we returned to the mountains, he's been acting strange. He still reads the bamboo slips and tends to the sacred tree as he always does, but we don't talk much. Of course, he's always been a man of few words. Yet as of late, when I'm with him, he often seems lost in thought. He silently stares at me, as if he doesn't even hear what I'm saying. What that old man said must be getting to him, huh? It's snowing again in the mountains. Zayne reads bamboo slips behind his long table. I rush over to him, pointing at the 2 snowmen in the middle of the courtyard.
Good work. Is Hua the one on the left and Bai the one on the right?
They're supposed to be you and me. Do they look that bad?
It was a joke. I could tell they were us, especially since you draped my robe over one of them.
I was worried it'd get cold, so I borrowed your clothes. You don't mind, do you?
I can't say anything since you already took them.
He puts the bamboo slip back on the table, his hand pausing for a moment.
Have you tamed any new companions recently?
No, I didn't want to after the Viper went mad. I I feel like I can better control my power lately. It's as if I've grown a lot.
Excellent. If I asked you to leave, would you do it?
I'm taken aback. Where would I go?
Only you can answer that question. The world is big, and there are many people below the mountain. As long as you keep your power hidden, you can go anywhere.
Why are you saying this all of a sudden? It sounds like you're kicking me out. Zayne sighs, his expression softening a bit.
In the past, you said you didn't want to be alone in the mountains.
That was before I met you, Ha, and Bai. I don't dislike the mountain, I just don't like being alone. I used to fantasize about how nice it'd be if someone would eat with me, hunt with me, or play in the rain with me without caring about getting wet. Now I'm happy just being able to nap by the tree, wake up and look at the flowers, and occasionally copy books. As long as there's the mountain and Zayne. Living alone on a mountain isn't a problem since there are very few people here. If I'm alone, even when there are people, I'll be like a snowflake in the sun. I'll melt.
That won't happen.
Zayne puts away the bamboo slips and clasps his hands. Light flickers between his fingers and then there are two small snowmen on the table. They're identical to the big snowman I built, just tinier and lacking clothes.
Not every snowflake will melt.
But I'm not one that you made. Your power can't protect me. Something lands on my lowered head and a familiar scent falls on my hair. I can't help but smile as Zayne pats my head.
I'll give you more difficult tasks from now on.
More difficult tasks?
Once you complete all of them, you'll be able to defend yourself no matter what happens.
Will I become as strong as you? That sounds like a lot of training. Zayne looks at the table in silence. The snowman in my shadow watch him while I stare at his unmoving eyelashes. It's as if eons pass before I hear him speak again in a low voice.
It will snow for a long time. There's no need to rush.
Uh-oh. The table and the bamboo slips in front of the tree are gone. Standing in their places... Is this one of the more difficult tasks you mentioned? Looking at the stacks of bamboo strips in front of me, my jaw drops. I start counting in a daze. There are hundreds of them! As soon as I finish counting, Zayne raises his hand and points.
There are more behind the tree.
I quickly walk around to the back. It's part of the same stack!
Don't you want to count those?
I can't anymore. My head is spinning. These are going to be made into umbrellas? All of them?
Correct.
Do I have to make dozens of umbrellas?
Over 100.
Fuck me. I close my eyes and lie down. I refuse to look at him. Footsteps slowly approach, stopping beside me. I don't want to hear what he's about to say. I cover my ears.
If closing your eyes and covering your ears could solve any problem, I wouldn't mind you mastering this technique.
Ah! My other phone's now wanting to play Love and Deepspace. I was trying to mute my phone because it keeps going off. This is the problem of being a YouTuber. Too many people want you at the same time. I shouldn't be able to hear him well, but Zayne's voice is somehow clearer than before. It resounds in my mind. Incredible. Oh, I know. If I finish making 100 umbrellas, you'll teach me this skill. Deal?
Why do you want to learn it?
So I can repeat the truth like a mantra to people in denial. That way they'll know I'm right. His laugh also echoes in my mind, making my ears slightly tinge. I rub my ears.
What's wrong?
His cold fingertips gently land behind my ear. He skillfully uses his spiritual power to massage my acupuncture points. The power is just like him, cold and honest, and it can quickly make someone sober. But its strength has the opposite effect on me. I feel drowsy. I narrow my eyes and then catch a glimpse of Zayne's smiling face. Even though his eyes carry a heaviness, he appears content. I relax.
Are you pretending to sleep? Or are you trying to fall asleep?
Both. You caught me. I can't sleep now. Zayne is unusually amiable today. He didn't rush me to get up and start training immediately. I roll my eyes and prepare to push my luck. You never tell me what the training is for whenever I get a new task. You want me to figure it out for myself? Is this one going to be like the others?
Do you want me to tell you?
Of course! I can only make guesses based on some of the previous lessons when they end, but I'm too embarrassed to ask you about the rest. It's better to understand something fully than have regrets. Zayne's gaze slowly sweeps over the bamboo strips before landing or falling on the sacred tree behind me.
All right. Let's start with what you couldn't understand.
Uh-oh.
The umbrellas shall act as a seal. They will also be a form of protection. The sacred tree will be a source of spiritual power for the umbrellas to work for years. Once the power fades, the seal will weaken.
Why do you need so many umbrellas? You're not sealing away a rain monster or a snow fiend, are you? Zayne softly chuckles, marking the end of our discussion on this topic.
After this is over, how does resting for a long time sound?
Rest? I sit up abruptly, only for Zayne to steady me. You can show me the sights and sounds of the world then. I heard the neighboring town is filled with fragrant flowers. Over the mountain and past 2 rivers, there's a village famous for making bai tango. When we were in town, I learned quite a bit and remembered the townsfolk's gossip. I was waiting for the day I could tell Zayne about it. As I ramble on about various interesting stories, I'm filled with anticipation. There's one more. I am not ready for this. Thousands of bamboo strips and tens of thousands of coloured ribbons surround me. Learning to make an umbrella is much faster than intercepting a trap. Zayne said I should wait for snowfall after the umbrella frames are ready. At that time, my umbrellas will be done. After I finish hundreds of umbrella frames, I still don't know what I'm training for. Zayne might be able to tell me, but I haven't seen him around lately. Even Bai is nowhere to be seen. I want to know what he's busy with. And if I could help in any way. Or maybe he didn't say anything because he knows it can't help. Once I finish this last step, my umbrellas will be complete. God. The finished umbrella frames are grouped into a small pile not far from the sacred tree. The wind passes through the empty frames, making all sorts of strange sounds. I hide within this mold of umbrellas, waiting for the arrival of the white paper. Making umbrellas is a sleep-inducing task. I've been feeling very drowsy recently. No one's around. It's so boring.
No one's here?
It's as if he doesn't know I'm hiding in this spot.
Then, in winter, on the 12th day of the 12th lunar month, someone skipped her training. Noted, in case someone disputes it.
He actually has a record? Oh, impossible. I have to steal and burn it when I get a chance. So I come up with a plan. I can't help but also revel in this unexpected discovery. I continue to wait in the hopes of discovering more secrets, yet the sounds around me cease. Sensing something, I look up. Through the layers and layers of umbrella frames, eyes as soft as melting snow calmly stare back at me, greeting me with a barely discernible smile.
Why did you decide to sleep under a pile of umbrellas?
I just wanted to try.
How long do you plan to stay there?
I'm coming out, but you need to look away first.
Why?
Because I need to crawl out. I won't look pretty. Zayne's short-fitted laughter pierces through the umbrella frames, making me feel embarrassed. I want to crawl out and scare him now.
I agree. It's an embarrassing matter.
Bruh. A chilly wind blows. Spiritual power gathers like waves, and in the blink of an eye, hundreds of umbrella frames are lifted into the air. I look up at the floating umbrella frames. I quickly notice shadows are falling from the sky. It's snowing. Will I be done with my umbrellas today? It's finally over. These umbrellas are made from the sacred mountain's bamboo and covered in the mountain snow. Can they be considered divine artifacts? I don't know what you're seeing, but we should keep 2 or 3 umbrellas. We have a lot, right? That'd be 1 for me, 1 for you, and 1 for Bai.
If you have an umbrella, keep it. Don't give it to other people. As long as the snow on the umbrella doesn't melt, You don't need to be afraid of anything. However,
Shaking his head, Zayne remembers something and smiles.
trouble seems to find you a lot. The umbrella may be consumed quickly.
Wow, that's fucking rude. Snowflakes fall onto the umbrella's frames and cover the smooth bamboo. The umbrella surfaces into a pure flawless white. The snow is silent but fast, as if it wants to cover all the umbrellas in a blink of an eye. I suddenly feel my heart pounding. I quickly grab Zayne's sleeve. Zayne, once these umbrellas are done, my training will be over. What will I become then?
What do you want to become?
I think I don't want to change. I just want to be how I've always been.
At least one of your wishes will come true. I'm certain of it.
Hold on, I feel like I'm about to cry, so I'm going to go quickly grab the tissues and I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom. Hold on. Okay, let's get this trauma done then. I purse my lips, but an untimely yawn still comes out.
Are you tired?
Making umbrellas is boring. You and Bai haven't been visiting me, which made it worse. But I won't sleep. I want to be here when all the umbrellas are done. I rub my eyes in the intent to get rid of the sleepiness, and through my blurry vision I see spiritual power of an icy blue covers the sky, pulling every snowflake and wind to it. It extends into the sacred tree. The tree is so powerful now.
You see it?
Yes, but is this power flowing from the tree, or is the tree absorbing it? Zayne reaches out and covers my eyes.
Would you like to rest?
But
Don't be scared.
I don't often say no to Zayne, especially when he speaks softly with this somewhat gentle tone. I can miss the umbrellas, but Zayne's attempt to lure me to sleep is too precious to disregard. I quickly ignore the odd feeling in my heart and close my eyes.
You can sleep for a bit longer. You don't need to wake up early.
Oh no.
After this, you can go see those flowers and try the village's Baitangao. Take an umbrella. My snow won't melt.
But how long is a bit longer? I don't remember when Zayne's voice disappeared. I don't remember how I fell into a deep slumber either. All I remember is that sleeping in the snow was nice. It was soft and not cold at all. After a while, my aching heart quietened down. How long is a bit longer? Zayne. It was either the ice falling in a frozen pond or sprouts creating a fissure as they broke through the frozen earth. Oh no. The crisp crackling is clear in my mind, startling me awake from my abyss of dreams. My long-lost senses suddenly return. My sense of smell is the first thing to come back. A very faint fragrance envelops me. I open my eyes and a dappled white light blinds me. The light dances, shining past my eyelids and casting various dark shades of red in my vision. Once my eyes adjust, I fully discover the source of the scent. The tree is covered in blossoming, snow-like flowers. The lush, towering sacred tree seems to be holding up the sky. The flowers are blooming. Zayne? Oh no. There's no more snow under the tree. It's so quiet. Not even a single bird chirps, as if I'm the only one left in the world. Using the tree trunk as support, I stand up. I circle around the tree, but there's no trace of him. Bai? There's a small greyish-white ball near me. When I approach it, I see it's just a rock. Next to the rock is a folded umbrella. I thought Bai was guarding it for me. It's the only thing here. Did he leave it for me because he knew I wanted one? I'm satisfied and happy with my logical reasoning, yet no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to find any humour in it. Zayne? Bai? Where are you? Zayne, are you here? A slight breath comes from the sacred tree. I quickly quiet myself and return to my hut with the umbrella. Oh no. Since then, I would wake up and stare at the sacred tree every day. Then I'd go home and sleep the night away. The weather continues to get warmer, but it's still cold near the tree. I fall asleep under the tree and then wake up from the cold in the middle of the night. It's at that moment I realise I can't sense the sacred tree anymore. My power is being suppressed. Oh, he left us. The sun is getting brighter each day. I carefully put away the umbrella, realizing the snow on it doesn't melt. Will it not appear until the umbrella breaks? When I open the umbrella, a familiar, refreshing scent touches my face. I bite my lip, and the calm facade I've been holding collapses. Under the umbrella, I bury my head in my hands, not looking up until quiet footsteps approach. Something warm and furry touches my hand. Wah! Wah's a lot quieter and I'm calmer now. She doesn't squirm when I tightly hug her, and she doesn't grumble when my tears wet her fur. She gently swishes her tail, brushing it against my shoulder. I don't like this. They're not here. Do you know where they went? Well looks up at the sacred tree. Does the tree know where they are? I look up, staring blankly at the cloud-like crown of the sacred tree. A bit of snow appears and falls on me. Zayne? I hurriedly catch it and take a closer look. It's a white flower, but I'm not sure what species it is. It's as white as snow, but it's not made of ice. I can't sense everything anymore, so I guess it was just my imagination. But if it's not, then this is the tree's answer for me. Falling flowers represent goodbyes. The person I'm looking for might no longer be here. Cradling the flower, I think for a long, long time. War comes and goes, giving me bright red fruits. Thank you, Hua. I gently place the white flower on the ground next to the tree. I stand up, put the fruits in my pocket, and then pat Hua's head. You're strong. You should be able to guard this place. I'm trusting you to protect this tree until we return. Is that okay with you? When Hua grumbles, I nod and begin my trek down the mountain with my umbrella. Since they're not here, I'll look elsewhere. The world is big and there are a lot of people. However, as long as I have my umbrella, I can go anywhere. I've rested enough. I can't afford to waste a single moment. Before I leave the tree's domain, I turn around to take one last look at it. Under the tree, Hua's figure is blurry, but the sacred tree stands tall and beautiful like always. There's such a nice scent. What kind of flower could... When I find Zayne, I need to ask him. Under the sacred tree, the white flower takes root. It stands tall and emits a faint fragrance. I need a reward for not crying at that one. Oh my god, I sensed something was coming, but... Oh... I imagine the next myth is probably a continuation of that. Let me know, but shit, that one hit hard. Okay, I don't really know what more I can say about that. I think my reaction kind of now is showing you guys how I'm feeling. He would have left us for a good reason. He wouldn't just abandon us like that. Okay, I guess we move on to the next guy. Yeah, it's Raphael next. See you there. Come on, Mim, you've done so good not to cry. Don't ruin your makeup now.